Hi, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Lotteries, Career, Business, Casino, Financial Speculation, and I'm going to use tarot cards and also Kabbalistic astrology together for certain sections. And this is for you coming from Taurus. So let me first start to talk to you about your first 15 days of April where your job is concerned. Let's see what the tarot card says for you coming from Taurus. And it's a very bad card. It's a card that says financially you are going to be very disappointed in the first 15 days where your job is concerned. So does it mean that you can lose a job? Does it mean that your status comes down? Does it mean that you don't get your promotion? The financial part of your job is a misery. So you'll have to make sure you don't do mistakes of any kind. Otherwise that may be the reason why you're having such a bad card for your job is concerned. The next card that I pull will also be for the first 15 days of April, and we'll talk about your business. And it says here that you are under the control of your superiors, your managers, or your boss. And it is not a good card. Not a good card in the sense that it's a card that attracts provocation and confrontation. So tell yourself, where your job or business is concerned, you are going to be having a lot of difficulties in the first week, in the first 15 days of April. And this card also warns you again of financial risk as well. Well, let me pull another card to do with your business alone, and let's see what it says. Now, the first 15 days say that where your business is concerned, you can attract businesses, but you will not be able to somehow carry out your duties or your obligations. So the first 15 days, if you go out to get business, you are looking for trouble. So I would suggest consolidate, which means just keep doing what you are doing at that level and don't take risk by putting out money for anything new in the form of business in the first 15 days of April. And now I'm going to talk to you about your last 15 days of April very quickly before we get into the lotteries. And the last 15 days say that it's much better. This card is much better. I like to see yellow and green moons. So the yellow moon says you can have a new beginning. And this new beginning for you shows possibilities of starting a business or adding on to new things for a business or attracting business partnerships. So where your business is concerned, you're going to do very well, extremely well. Now I'm going to pull the next card for you to talk to you about your job. And regarding your job in the last 15 days, I consider this a good card in the sense that it says the possibilities of finding a job abroad are very good in other countries, or that you will have some very good news in the last 15 days, either in finding a new job or being able to be rewarded in your ongoing job. So last 15 days seem to be much better for you, very definitely. Now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky dates, D-A-T-E-S, for the month of April. Before that, let me give you my email address. It's andyhoro9, A-N-D-I-H-O-R-O 9, the number 9 at gmail.com. andyhoro9 at gmail.com. Send me an email if you have any questions to ask me. Now regarding your lucky dates, D-A-T-E-S. It's a card of leadership. So I'm going to say that for the month of April, your lucky dates are going to be the 1st, the 10th, the 19th and the 28th. So bookmark these dates, whether for the trip to the casino, whether when to buy your lotteries, whether apply to your job areas, apply to your business areas. The 1st, 10th, 19th and 28th, very, very powerful days and nights for you. So you can go get what you want. Now we will talk about your lucky directions. Well, there are 9 planets that we use in Kabbalistic astrology and they surround Earth. And so when you look north, east, south or west, you're going to be facing one planet for you coming from Taurus. And let's see what this card is. A card of the rising sun. So I will say that for the month of April, face east as much as you can. for the inspiration that you need, whether in the job, the business, the lotteries, whether for the casino, any form of financial speculation, the stock market or the forex. Face east and just focus on what you want, and you'll be able to do well in the month of April. Now, regarding your lottery favored numbers, what I've done is I've used Kabbalistic astrology. I'm going to give you altogether 3 sets of numbers, and for the first 2 sets of numbers I've used Kabbalistic astrology. I've divided the 9 planets into 2 groups, and the first group of 5 planets, according to my homework that done for you, says that these are the numbers: number 2, 11, 20, 29, 38, 47, 56 or 65, depending on what lottery you play. Then I'm going to go to the second group of planets, and from there, according to my notes, I've got the numbers 4, 13, 22, 31, 40, 49, 58 or 67. For the third sets of numbers, I'm going to go to use the Kabbalistic Tarot, and for you coming from Taurus, it's a very good card for you because it shows leadership qualities and the ability to do things on your own. So the numbers which will come to me from this card would be the number 1, 10, 19, 28, 37, 46, 55 or 64. So you've got 3 sets of numbers. So what do you do? Well, we've got to use the supernaturalness in you. And I have a session of 90 minutes for which I charge USD 50. You'll spend 90 minutes with me, and that will tackle all areas of your life. But let's talk about that later. Now, I would ask you to go and buy some paper, A4 size paper of your lucky colors, but you won't know that unless you've already been to see me for this session of 90 minutes. Well, in the meantime, just buy white paper or whatever your fancy is and bring it home and take a scissors and cut roughly 2-inch by 2-inch strips. And on each of these strips, write just one number that I've given you. One strip, 2-inch by 2-inch, one number. So you may start with the number 2, write it on the paper, fold it up, put it on the table. Next will be number 11, and go on until you have completed all this. So you'll have a nice pile of papers. And now everything has to be systemized to win a lottery, and you have to use the supernaturalness in you. When you look at your fingerprints and thumbprints, they don't belong to you, they belong to your soul. That is the code of the soul, the identity of the soul. And each finger belongs to different planets. Some planets, some fingers are ruled by more than one planet. And the thumb is, of course, the supreme, which we call the position of the sun. And so I will teach you which thumb to join to which finger. That will be based on your horoscope, which will be based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. Everything has to be very personalized for you. In the meantime, choose any fancy finger that you want and join it with your thumb and that finger. Just do that for the time being. And you'll have to wear your best colors when you're going to start choosing your numbers from all this folded paper. And then you won't know that unless you've been to see me. In the meantime, wear whatever color is convenient. And you'll have to face your best direction, which I will tell you when you come to see me for a session. And you have to do it on your lucky days. And that I would have told you if you've been to see me. In the meantime, choose any convenient day. And choose your numbers. Join your thumb to whichever finger you want. That is the way you communicate with your soul. It's got to be turning especially right. So I will teach you all this in the 90-minute session that you'll have with me, and that will cost you USD 50. And that will be based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. So email to me, AndyHoro9, ANDIHORO9, the number 9 @gmail.com, and I'll come back to you as soon as I can. Until then, have a lucky month of April. Thank you and goodbye.